Okay, here we go.
Not a good takeoff. Not good at all. I am out of practice. I think I'm way out of practice. Okay. There we go. Hello, everybody. Got some stories to tell. Went to a fly-in. Went to the Sprite Fest. Had a good time for the most part. Met lots of good people. They were all great. Had a real good time with all them. That part was wonderful. As you know, right before I left, I rolled my paramotor over and broke a prop. And I had a bunch of pilots there look at it. Nobody saw anything that I did wrong. Looked like mostly it was kind of probably a side wind or something. The way it looked, so it kind of put me in the clear, which made me feel better in a way, because that means I didn't screw up so much, other than I shouldn't have took off there probably. But it made me feel bad because that means that it could happen again. So that's a little unnerving. So at the fly-in, everything was going good. I had a couple of flights in. The last morning of the last day, it was cold, about 30-something degrees if I remember right. And I got ready to take off. Wing came up a little crooked, just slightly. It wasn't bad. I got under it immediately, corrected it, took off. I was on comms with a guy, and immediately he said, "Somebody saw something fall off your paramotor." Well, after just putting that new prop on, that is not what you want to hear. So I said, okay, what was it? Nobody knew. They were all talking it over. I was getting at altitude. I was about 200 feet up. Finally, somebody told him, he said, "You had a prop strike. Something hit your propeller on takeoff." I'm like, well, crap. So I said, okay, I'm just going to turn right around and land it. Boy, I tell you what, either my belt's slipping or this new prop is really not biting it, but I get some altitude here. I said, okay, I'm going to turn around and land. And I turned around and I land straight in. I wasn't going to fool around. I didn't know what was broken. I didn't know, if I had a line go through the prop. I didn't know what was going on. So I land straight in, and it was a pretty good crosswind. I've landed in crosswind lots of times, no big deal. When I landed, I bounced the landing. I flared, and my wheels came off the ground again. And I can probably count on one hand the number of times that's ever happened. But it did. In front of everybody, and when it sat back down, the wheels weren't quite straight, and I flipped it again. First time I've ever rolled this sight. I turtled it once, but never rolled it. And of course, there's at least 50 people there watching. What an idiot. Rule number one, when you're doing stuff like this, fly the machine. Don't panic. Don't go stupid. If everything's working, keep working it. And I did it. I panicked, I guess. I didn't think I did, but, obviously I did. I'm doing 6,800 RPM. I gotta have a belt slipping. So anyway, come to find out, when I took off, and I got that wing up a little crooked, even though I got right under it, the cage flexed enough for the netting to touch the prop. All it hurt was the net. The prop was fine. So, I have since, doesn't look the best in the world. I, by hand, bent another hoop, an inner hoop, put it on the inside of my outer hoop, and I zip tied it all together, and it's really strong now. So that was all good. Got ready to leave tonight. I'd been out in the garage for an hour or so. I checked every bolt, I torqued everything, I looked at all my marking paint to make sure nothing slipped. Everything looked just peachy keen. Got ready to load the darn thing up, but when I leaned it back, I noticed that one of my mounting blocks that mounts the paramotor to the frame, it was missing one of the blocks, completely just gone. And I thought, well, crap, I probably sheared something off. Flipped it over, oh, heck no, bolts were just missing completely. Guess which bolts I've never checked since I've owned this. Didn't know they were even in there. I assumed, and that's what gets you every time, I thought that that bolt went all the way through. There's two little screws underneath that hold that bottom block on. So I had to make something work. It's not really structural. There's three more that hold it together. But doggone it. Why's it got to be so hard? You know? Now I think I got a belt flip it. Let's see if I can hold it straight. Yeah, I'm almost 7,000 RPM. Level flight, that's way too much. Alright, well, short flight tonight. One more time. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. The good news is, look at all the pretty trees, although they're mostly brown now. All these fields are empty now. For the most part. One of the few fields that still has stuff in it, the one in my backyard, of course, so I still can't launch from my yard. But that's okay. Until I get this thing all worked out, I'm not going to do any short takeoffs. Anybody that's ever seen my yard knows that is a very short takeoff. Okay, now. Nope, we're gonna pull I'm gonna pull in my trimmer before I land. Okay, now I feel better. That was cooking right in there before. We don't want to do that. Okay. Trims are mostly in now, almost all the way in. Yeah, she's running a little slower now. Feel better about that. A little energy built up there. Not on the nose. There we go. That was pretty good.